Oh, yeah. Space cowboy in the galaxy wide, spreading love, can't hide his stride. Venus to Mars, every starry night, laughing loud, shining so bright. Rocket boots dancing on the moon, charming hearts with his cosmic tune. Guitar strumming under alien sun, he won't stop till the day's won. He's the intergalactic gigolo, galaxy-wide he's the show. Spreading love everywhere he goes, stars and laughter in his flow.
Hello, everyone. How are we on this fine day? I felt a little naked last week not coming on here, but had some things come up. Had to get rid of a damn cough. It's still lingering, but nowhere near as bad. And I almost overslept the show yet again, proving that Dakota really needs to set a fucking alarm. But there's a hesitancy because I work night shift. And to be honest with you, I don't think my space cat likes my alarms. Because she will physically find my phone, either hide it from me, or just sit on it, so I won't hear the alarms go off. Thankfully, for my civilian job, I'm not restricted in any specific timelines as long as I get the work done. Lawrence, how's it going? Brad, how are you? Dots, I saw you in the chat, my friend. Hope you are all doing wonderful. So, I have a little bit of news to report on. I was not expecting this. But, as some of you know, my little neck of the woods here in Idaho is a little bit of a popular UFO spot. I can tell you why. Because we have Idaho National Laboratories, a nuclear testing facility, with known CIA contracts, and ironically, a former place of employment for one of my aunts on my father's side. I don't think I shared that little tidbit, have I? We also have a nuclear substation in one of our larger lakes here. That's more north. And literally, just 5-10 minutes from me, I can watch the action from my front step. There's a bombing range. And whenever it comes to be about drill time, our boys in camo like to fly around and do training. There's always a little bit of a spike in UFO reports right about then. In fact, I can even confirm that some sightings of TR-3B-like aircraft come out about this time of frame. Why do I bring this up? A little bit ago, I reported that there was a series of 3 major UFO sightings near me that were of major intrigue. And that because of these connections with the military in my area, I also suspected something about the infamous drones. Well, guess who got a little bit of information? And now I'm going to go on record right now and say that the timing of this is just a little suspicious. I'm going to go on record and state that no one involved in this situation was reported to have been injured or killed. Everyone managed to evacuate safely. But we also had a plane crash here because of the lack of fireball or mysterious helicopters flying into aircraft. It wasn't as widely covered outside of local networks. But a small puddle jumper plane had to make an emergency landing not too far from me out in the field. This particular airport it was aiming for was literally like 35-minute drive from me. Again, it managed to land safely. Nobody was injured. I imagine there was some needed changed pants given the situations on the East Coast and like in Philadelphia, as well as some of these training runs in military operations where it seems like aircraft are suddenly just malfunctioning out of the blue. And yes, Brad, it's that dots. Not a stripper. poor timing on my part. But anyway. February 4th. Just to give you an idea of how recent this event was. I personally spotted one of the drones being flown in my area. Shortly after I had received confirmation that Department of Homeland Security was in town. And well, let me put it this way. There was a point where the drone disappeared. This would have been about a little after 7:30 at night. I was just on my way to work, so seeing it fly, make a turn maneuver, which I will admit, immediately, the way this thing was moving and how low it was moving was suspicious. Because if you've seen one of the videos I posted not too long ago, where you can tell we just had some snow and there was some pretty thick cloud cover still in the air, I intentionally angled the camera to where you would see rotating lights. There is a small airport not too far from me, mainly for like crop dusters and shit. So seeing low-flying planes wasn't exactly out of the norm. And I will also say this. Those smaller engine aircraft are well known to have engine failure. Crop dusters go down all the time. They don't exactly have enough features on board these smaller aircraft to where they could be able to lose an engine and still make the rest of their flight plans like you would see on major commercial airliners. But also, they are more susceptible of being potentially hijacked. This is an important point. I'm watching this drone fly. I'm facing towards about southeast. I'm watching it out of the left corner of my eye. I'd see it fly towards what would have been Hagerman. Make a turn towards Twin Falls, then suddenly black out. Now, being that it was in the flight direction of where I would be heading to work, I figured if there's a chance that something was going on, I was going to see it while on the way to work. This is where it gets suspicious, and unfortunately, some of my local contacts and local law enforcement have recently decided to go for some career changes, which I fully support. You know, they just felt it was time. So getting a relay of information has been a little bit difficult, a little bit more delayed. But I learned that Department of Homeland Security was running operations. And that also a series of either white or orange lights seemingly rotating in the sky. Now, some of you may be familiar with some of the drone footage. I can't remember exactly where it was coming out of, but where you would see these sequence of lights, one would shut off on one end, and it would just seem like one would turn on the other, and it would seem like there was almost like a rotating motion to it with how the lights were maneuvering. These white and orange lights were appearing just like that. And the official explanation that was going out, granted, DHS will not release the information of exactly what they're looking for in these regards. However, in these types of operations, standard procedure would be to notify the local agencies of where they're basically going to be looking. Basically to say, hey, if someone calls in saying, da-da-da-da-da-da, it's us. It's usually how it goes. Now, for this last drone sighting on the 4th that happened, initially, my car would not start. Now, it's an older car. It's a 95 Cadillac DeVille. And like I've mentioned fully before, and this is me trying to be completely honest, state all possible factors. There is a slight chance that vehicle may be on its last leg of life, and I will be looking for myself a new personal vehicle here in the near future. Got some tea. But my car would initially not start. I was eventually able to get it going, and I even told my girlfriend this as it was happening. And I told her that hopefully with the almost 30-minute drive that the battery would get enough of a charge to where I wouldn't have to worry about being stranded at work. But in the event that had come to pass, I did also have a jump starter in the event that something happened. Thankfully, the weather near me has also been warming up to where it's not as much of an issue on the car batteries itself. Unfortunately, that also means that it's been warming up enough for us to actually get snow, but that is another issue. So as I'm driving towards work, this is the part that caught my eye. At least 5 police cruisers from 2 local agencies and an ambulance all started rushing the same way towards where that drone was flying. Again, at this time, I do not have any official confirmation of what that all that entailed. But I have also been made aware that some of these drones may be affiliated with some rather, let's just say there's some rather disturbing implications. And I know there's going to be some there here that say that they are part of the disclosure plan to get people more used to the idea of things flying around in the sky. And yeah, I've seen evidence that supports that notion as well, where it seems like more and more sightings that can't be readily ruled out as being man-made aircraft or Starlink or anything like that. Because how in the hell have some people managed to live under a rock long enough to not know about Starlink? Shocks me. But still, there is evidence to support that, but there's also evidence that supports that some of these drone sightings may actually have ties with organized crime. And there's some investigators who have found proof now, if this video gets taken down, let that be a sign that I may be onto something. Hopefully, by me saying that avoids any technical issues. I'm not noticing anything right away. But we'll see within the next 24 hours. And speaking of 24 hours, the next day, at what would have been roughly 5 p.m., we had that small plane crash. Now, again, no one got hurt. I imagine some people probably needed a change of pants, given everything that's been going on. But I still found it suspicious. The timing, I don't know. That was just weird. Because the flight path of that particular plane had intersected where I spotted that drone flying. I will say this. I know there's been some who have tried to draw shade at allegations of direct energy weapons being used. Let's say, like in Lahaina with the recent Los Angeles fires, things like that. The problem is, ladies and gentlemen, that while I will agree that there are some individuals who are toting this line because they are vaguely aware of the existence of these weapons. They are real, and it's not exactly hidden knowledge. I mean, you can find special weapons programs on Netflix that talk about some of the ways that direct energy weapons have been made to develop, how they function, and even have interviews with some of the designers who admit that some of these weapons are purposely designed to instill fear and plays off of human psychology. They're not going to shoot down, no fancy explosions, no fires, just playing off of human fear, which can include completely shutting down aircraft like that. Practically as if somebody flipped an off switch. You wouldn't see any fancy explosions until that plane came down. Which, I don't know about y'all. The implications of what a lot of these weapons can do. From purposely instilling psychosis to making people believe they have voices going on inside their head. That stuff's a lot more terrifying when you really think about it. Because you can see fire, you can see flames, you can see explosions. But I'll speak off of my own experience. Questioning your own sanity, your own health, your own well-being, because you have something going on with you that is not well known, that basically is instilled in the general public as being signs of something terribly wrong with you. That's a mind fuck in itself. I've fully confessed here that there have been concerns about potential schizophrenia behind some of my paranormal claims because there is a possible genetic link. I don't know the exact accuracy because the sources of this information are a bit touchy. They're a bit questionable. But the fact that possibility alone was presented in dealing with my own chaos, that could screw with a guy for obvious reasons. And Lawrence, here's the thing. Going back to the weapons, thank you for bringing this up. So we're starting to veer off of my intended track there for a sec. These weapons, there's evidence to suggest that arms deals involving the Ukraine war, that somebody on that side of the receiving end, for all the weapons and all the resources that have been allocated to Ukraine for the purpose of combating Russia, somebody has been selling those back on the black market, and it's been getting into the hands of organized crime. And I will say this. There have been a string of shootings in my area I'm reporting on what I'm physically able to get intel on. There was a string of shootings towards the end of the year last year that were believed to be related to young members of Mexican cartels trying to instigate gang wars with Russian mob. So those connections are potentially here in my own backyard. And who's to say that someone didn't decide to have a little bit of fun with their new toy? But it's not just deep black market deals that we have to be concerned about. Did you know that, ladies and gentlemen? Did you know that you can go, if you have like an Amazon or Siri or the Google AIs on any sort of smart devices in your home, that there are instructions readily available on YouTube of people who have figured out how to use light and laser pointers to transmit commands to your home smart devices. There's no visible audio associated. All of these commands were being transmitted utilizing lasers, and it was able to work with even the newest Alexa devices, as if somebody was speaking clearly to it. You also have to take into consideration that there are instructions out there for individuals to be able to build their own handheld devices that would jam nearby electronics. This is a point I've tried to say when it comes to a lot of the claims about what sort of technology is available in regards to dealing with ET phenomenon, is that that tech is here. It is readily available to anyone who has the right connections, for lack of a better word, who has the right knowledge. In theory, an intelligent teenager with a grudge against the world could easily develop technology to take down airplanes. And this information is readily out there. It just depends on how smart people are about putting all the pieces together. And it's also why, in several instances, you're seeing a lot of personal home electronics, computers, laptops, basically anything that connects to the internet and has a base operating system. You see a lot of these companies, Windows, Macintosh, all that, your personal cell phones, all that, constantly going through security updates. It is because there is an all-out electronics war going on. And everybody is trying to keep up. The problem is with technology is that technology moves several times quicker than regulations are able to be put into place. For every one measure that our laws are able to prevent, to an extent, there's at least 30 more ways to get around it. In fact, Microsoft, here's a little tidbit that anybody can see for themselves. So if you have an older Windows computer that is running Windows 10, and it does not have the necessary technical requirements to do an upgrade to Windows 11 per Windows standards, Microsoft has now started to push back against known bypasses people have used in order to get free Windows 11 upgrades, in order to push the ever so classic line that if you want to still be protected, save all your equipment, you're going to have to shell out money that you potentially don't have to get a new device. That's just the tip of the iceberg, my friends. In fact, going back to the whole planes, I'm seeing if I can spot it real quick. There's actually books that one can get their hands on, readily sold on Amazon, that give detailed instructions on how to hijack small engine aircraft. Oh, look, I just found it. This isn't some book endorsement, but it's here. The information is out there for truly corrupt individuals to do some true mayhem. And the fact that people want to stay in their safe little bubbles, not acknowledge that this stuff is out there and can really be used for harm, that's only going to make them more prone to attack. Going to make them more prone to being susceptible to all these fear-based narratives. And one could probably even argue that the efforts coming out about how to artificially inflate prices of eggs, chicken, all this that's coming out, proven systems where false narratives of diseased animals are being spread to allow for government organizations to start killing off crops, to start killing off animals, in order to start artificially inflating prices. Attacking some of the most basic needs of human survival. Because without food, without shelter, every other need on the board gets ignored, because that's the foundation. Once these basic needs are met, we're able to build ourselves up and be able to handle ourselves with much more clearer minds. And we're letting it all happen. Trust me, I did not intend for this to be the topic of conversation for a Valentine's Day episode. But I suppose it could fit some people's themes of Valentine's. And why was it a Valentine's Day episode? Well, I'll tell you. Well, it's because later in this episode, I was going to give you a little treat. Because Bald and Bonkers has now officially launched his very first album today. And it's available on streaming platforms. And so far, it seems like it's been well received. So to celebrate the album launch, we're gonna close out the show with a few of the songs from that album. But it's gonna be very hard to segue from potential conflicts, air travel being rendered a little sketchy at the moment, and all these public narratives to further try to divide the nations of the world, which is something else I want to bring up. And maybe this could feed into the idea that I once heard about Valentine's Day from a dear friend of mine who said that they felt days like Valentine's Day are initially can be days where we are reminded to take a little bit of time out of our busy lives, out of this chaos that we all find ourselves in, to share simple love and compassion for one another. Whether it's a romantic partner, whether it's family members, friends, whatever the situation may be. And I think that is actually a narrative we should try to push more. Like I said before, the only thing that's going to help all of us be able to get through this chaos is the one thing that's allowed humanity to be able to survive every single major cataclysm that has been thrown our way, and that is our ability to come together. And it goes without saying that regardless of whether you believe some of the narratives being tied to the disclosure events, referencing that one individual who was clearly looking to start a fight by trying to ask me who started the scam of Galactic Federation's medbeds and all that. Regardless of your stance on the ET phenomenon, that how someone can still have legitimate doubts about there's being some sort of truth to what's going on with everything that's coming out these days and with the increased sightings, I will never know. I will never understand that mentality. Quite frankly, quite a few of those people seem to only bear that mentality because they're physically not able to process it because of their own cognitive biases, and perhaps they were failed as far as being able to access educational material that would be open to at least guiding people to properly process that potential new information. Which is part of the reason why, with one of the initiatives with Bald and Bonkers, I've put together Bald and Bonkers Network Academy that now has its own certification platform. And all the courses that will be provided on that platform, while yes, the video content will be freely accessible, the courses themselves that allow you to get that certification will only be $5 each. Just $5. And yes, there will be some supernatural related content in there as well. Because it goes without saying, in the days that are coming, we have to take initiative to better ourselves. Now, I've had a few people ask me recently if I've had any recent encounters with my star family, or what I thought about certain individuals bringing out certain details that they are very clearly disturbed to share. Going back to the types of damage that direct energy weapons can inflict. In regards to a bit of information that someone who I've come to greatly respect and admire, and will forever be grateful to the help she provided me in my own ventures. I'm trying to do this respectfully and tactfully, but there's plenty of you who watch my programs who found me through her who are going to know what I'm talking about. Do yourselves a favor and look up Havana syndrome. And what I can tell you about that, because I'm not going to be one of those types that just tries to say, you got to look up this, look up this, look up this, and not give any context as to what the fuck that is. Havana syndrome, what is sudden a series. There was a diplomatic meeting that took place down in Mexico, where all of a sudden, many foreign internationals all of a sudden started suffering symptoms of psychosis. There was memory loss, all sorts of weird stuff going on with them. And one of the theories was that where this incident took place, one of the theories was that these diplomats were victims of direct energy weapons, essentially giving them a lobotomy. And for those who has shown to be skeptical of certain individuals in my network, I have two things to say in that regard. Number one, the people who I choose to work with have more than proven themselves. It extends to the people who I openly choose to spend my time with. So I find myself in a point in my life where I've realized that even while I had tried to be open towards technology, a lot of the stuff I went to school for is going to be quickly replaced by AI. So I've been taking initiative and trying to learn further about that. But personally, I have always tried to keep somewhat of a skeptical mindset when it comes to these claims, because let's face it, even as more and more information is coming out from across the board in regards to ETs, potentially about supernatural phenomenon, given some of the reports that certain hauntings, certain reports of demonic beings even, were likely misidentified extraterrestrial ties. We're more likely to run into human ignorance, so we have to be knowledgeable. We have to use discernment about any claims that are being made. So with what I'm being said, if I'm not being too vague, is that if certain individuals start to say that there have been attacks and there is a documented history where something clearly had happened to them, they are showing active signs that something happened to them that could potentially line in with Havana syndrome, damage that is caused by those sorts of weapons, are essentially energized lobotomies. So, high profile targets, individuals who have shown that they have legitimate contacts with our friends from the stars, who have built wide enough spread audiences. Because it has been shown that anybody throughout history who has been able to show that they can gather a large group of people towards narratives that may not necessarily agree upon with global elite, there are active efforts to shut them down. Like P. Diddy and Epstein. The statements that these individuals were essentially baiting high-profile individuals, tempting them with forbidden fruits, if you will, in order to document them in incriminating positions, in order to manipulate them further down the line. That's gaining more and more traction. Because, again, like I said, there's a war going on, people. And we can sit back, we can meditate on these ideas that we can just sit and meditate and somehow change the course of reality. That is only the beginning of the fraction. The universe tends to reward people. The universe, God, creator, source, whatever term you want to use. It wants to help its people grow. But it's also not going to promote laziness. So you can sit back and say you want to achieve this, and this. You want this, and this to happen. But you got to take steps. Meet it in the middle. We can do so much more than we are told. And any indication, anybody who chooses to allow some sort of messiah figure, even if the alleged messiah figures have proven themselves to not necessarily have any malicious ulterior motives, we have to break away from this idea that somebody is going to come and save us. We have to be our own saviors. There's individuals that can come out, they can show the information they got, and that's exactly part of the equation too. We have to be able to come together to have these conversations about what's going on without readily shooting each other down, regardless of perceived allegiances, perceived ulterior motives. Because these situations are not black and white. There are multiple different influences acting upon this earth, each with their own different agendas. Some of them align, some of them don't. And what you're going to find the most of in between these two polar opposites is a shit ton of confused ass people. We have to come together. We have to share the knowledge, no matter if it gives us all the fluff, all these fluffy bunny feelings, or if it absolutely terrorizes us. We have to acknowledge as much of the bad as the good so that we can remember the lessons from combating the evils that it took to get us to where we are now. We have to remember the lessons. Because by all accounts, on the grounds that we have these intergalactic alliances knocking on our door, even with some of the most sophisticated technology out there, that still requires a little bit of effort. What's motivating them to make sure we don't fuck up? Put that in your thought. I think for now, we'll leave it at that. Because later tonight, I'm actually required in the field. So I'll report on what I can when I can. I want to thank you all for coming by, because these programs can't be done without you. Be sure to take a look at some of the new stuff we have coming out, because Bonkers Network Academy is going to have paranormal courses, business courses, tech courses, and all that to try to help people find that initiative. This isn't about money. This isn't about fame. This is about doing what feels right. And as promised, we're going to do a little music premiere tonight for the brand new album, Dakota Frandsen and the StarLight Amnesia. The album title is Our Weird Love Story. Where did I say that fucking thing? Come on! Oh, there it is. I'm such a dork. The album's title is Our Weird Love Story. Is available on digital streaming platforms everywhere right now. Feel free to check it out if you like. And if you have little ones in the house that tend to fight sleep, this will help knock them out. So, I hope you enjoy. Much love. Take care. Might pop on after the music preview, but we'll see. So like I said, I'm actually due out in the field. So my appearances may not be as consistent for a little bit, but duty calls, I suppose.
A quiet night, the earth stood still, the air electric, I could feel the thrill. A light broke through the midnight sky and whispered softly, it's time to fly. They took my hand, a guiding flame, a voice that called and knew my name. Beyond the clouds, through endless space, to a love that time could not erase. And there you were, a star ablaze, your eyes like galaxies pulling my gaze. The moment froze and hearts collide. Among the stars, you're by my side. We're dancing in the cosmos, love's eternal vow. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Through the starlight's glow, we ignite the night. A reunion of stars and soul burning bright. Together we create a new beginning. A daughter of the stars, her life just spinning. spoke of dreams, of worlds untold, of love reborn where the stars unfold. A cradle carved in a comet's light for the child of heaven born tonight. Our hands entwined, the universe sang a melody of love that is forever reign. Through cosmic waves we made our stand, building a life with stars in our hands. The constellations smiled as we embraced a love that time and space couldn't replace. With every kiss the heavens sway, a love so strong it lights the way. We're dancing in the cosmos, love's eternal vow. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Through the starlight's glow we ignite the night, a reunion of stars and soul burning bright. Together we create a new beginning, a daughter of the stars, her life just spinning. The universe holds its breath tonight as we paint our love across the line. A tapestry of dreams unfurled, our child a beacon to a brighter world. We're dancing in the cosmos, love's eternal vow. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Through the starlight's glow we ignite the night, a reunion of stars and soul burning bright. Together we create a new beginning, a daughter of the stars, her life just spinning. Galaxies spin and the stars align, your hand in mine, a love divine. From this union the light, the new star-born child, a dream come true. Forever we'll shine our story untold, a reunion of stars and soul. Under moon's gentle embrace we found our secret place, love immortal in each glance, bound by fate's timeless dance. Starlight angel by my side, in your eyes the heavens cried. 1 year passed but we're so strong, eternal journey sings our song. Beyond this life we made our vows, in every heartbeat, every now. Forever echoes through our days, in endless love our hearts will blaze. In your touch the world feels right, from the darkest night to light. Seeds we plant in earth and star, growing love from near and far. Whispers of the wind we hear, telling tales both far and near. Every moment feels so true with my starlight angel. Beyond this life we made our vows, in every heartbeat, every now. Forever echoes through our days, in endless love our hearts will blaze.
Another girl walks away with tears running down her face. Another boy is standing there, trying not to give a care. Two more hearts are given a little more wear than they could ever bear. I try not to let myself in, other than to help them heal what has been. I begin to wonder why Cupid's aim had been gone. Is my heart gonna lead through the same wrong? I can't grip onto the arrows, knowing that a chance of wasted time is there. When all alone, I just wanna be with a girl that leads the stars, a girl that will help me travel far, somebody that can light the candles with nothing more than her smile. That girl who is ready for war, but never too afraid to show her scars. A girl that always is ready to die for the long talks when our hands are too far. A girl whose eyes drive me crazy, a little more each time they meet. The feel of her breath running down my chin, knocking out the sun. I just want a girl who is ready for constant, endless nights. I walked over to her house later that night, just to see if everything was alright. Her daddy was trying to ask her about that fight, trying to help his little girl through the first of more. Her mama saw me outside, hurried me into her daughter's side. There was nothing more that they could do, since she had sealed them away, ready to take away the pain. She heard me knocking at her bedroom door, right as she had lost all hope. Little did I know that I was what she was wanting. When she opened up, I stood there, ready for whispers of despair. I found a knife and kicked it to the hall. She then jumped up to the kiss, casting out the haunting. It looks like I finally found the girl that leads the stars, the girl that will help me travel far, somebody that can light the candles with nothing more than her smile. The girl who is ready for war, but never too afraid to show her scares. The girl that always is ready to die for the long talks when our hands are too far. The girl whose eyes drive me crazy, a little more each time they meet. The feel of her breath running down my chin, knocking out the sun. I finally found the girl who was ready for those constant, endless nights.
The years have flown like whispers on the wind, through trials and dreams. We've reached the place we've been. Tonight the stars align, a story starts anew. But as she takes his hand, I turn and see you. Your smile's the same, though time has left its trace. The love we've known still shines upon your face. Our hearts beat in rhythm, the way they always do. And here we stand beneath the light of something true. In the light of her love, we're dancing once again, soulmates reunited where it all began. Through the laughter and the tears, the memories we've known. Tonight
echo of our love so strong. You hold my hand like you did the day we met. No storm or shadow has made us forget. Through every moment we walk this winding road, and here we are where love has overflowed. In the light of her love, we're dancing once again. Soulmates reunited where it all began. Through the laughter and the tears, the memories we've known. Tonight we see the circles of the seeds we've sown. In her joy we're complete, in her love we repeat the timeless truth that soulmates find their way. Every step we took, every dream we chased, led us to this moment where our hearts are embraced. Though the years may bend us and the seasons change, the love we found will always remain. In the light of her love, we're dancing once again. Soulmates reunited where it all began. Through the laughter and the tears, the memories we've known. Tonight we see the circle of the seeds we've sown. In her joy we're complete, in her love we repeat the timeless truth that soulmates find their way. So we dance in her glow, our hearts in perfect time. 1 year gone, but feels like forever. Stars shine bright, but you're my tether. In your eyes, the galaxies glow. Starlight angel, never let go. We danced through the cosmic tide, hand in hand, there's no divide. Universe spins, but stays still for us. Every moment worth the rush. To my starlight angel, beyond this life, anniversary marked by love so right. 1 year strong through the endless night. Your love, my beacon, my guiding light. Dreams we meet on lunar planes. Love so deep defies all chains. Among the stars we write our song. Every chord where we belong. Through the void you heard my call, catching me when I would fall. No borders in this space we share, bound by love beyond compare. To my starlight angel, beyond this life, saw your face and something shook my soul. A whisper of a memory I couldn't control. Your eyes spoke a language I almost knew, like a song from another life pulling me to you. We stumbled through the questions, the how and the why. Two strangers with a history we couldn't deny. Every word felt like deja vu. A love so strange, yet so true. It's our weird love story, written in the stars. A puzzle made of broken hearts and scars. We don't know the answers, but that's okay. Our hearts will guide us through each day. In this life we found our way to rewrite the love we lost along the way. I can't explain why your touch feels like home. In your arms I'm whole, though I'm still alone. The echoes of a past life linger in the air, but I'll love you now, and I'll love you there. We're chasing shadows, but the light feels real. Through the haze, it's your love I feel. No map, no guide, just a pull of fate. Together we'll figure out what's written on this slate. It's our weird love story, written in the stars. A puzzle made of broken hearts and scars. We don't know the answers, but that's okay. Our hearts will guide us through each day. In this life we found our way to rewrite the love we lost along the way. Open a door we'd closed once more. And even if the pieces never all align, I'll hold your hand until the end of time. It's our weird love story, written in the stars. A puzzle made of broken hearts and scars. We don't know the answers, but that's okay. Our hearts will guide us through each day. In this life we found our way to rewrite the love we lost along the way. Here we are in this beautiful mess. A love that's strange but always blessed. No matter how the chapters bend or break, with you my heart will always ache. It's our weird love story, and that's alright. Together we'll keep dancing through the night.
I was lost in the haze, running from my pain, carrying the weight of my own mistakes. Then you walked in like a light in the dark, lit a fire in my soul, gave life to my heart. I never thought I'd find something so pure, a love like yours that makes me sure. You've shown me the way, a path I can take to leave my shadows and start to remake. I'll be the man you deserve, one who loves you with every word. I'll rise from the ashes of who I've been. With your love I'll begin again. For you I'll fight, for you I'll learn to be the man you Your kindness heals the scars I've worn. Your patience mends the parts once torn. You saw through the walls I built so high, and gave me a reason to reach for the sky. Now I see the mirror and the man I could be. With your love, I'll set my spirit free. No more running, no more disguise. For you I'll stand, for you I'll rise. I'll be the man you deserve, one who loves you with every word. I'll rise from the ashes of who I've been. With your love I'll begin again. For you I'll fight, for you I'll learn to be the man you deserve. I vow to hold your heart with care, to show you love in every prayer. Through every storm, through every flame, I'll prove I'm worthy of your name. Oh, yeah. I'll be the man you deserve, one who loves you with every word. I'll rise from the ashes of who I've been. With your love I'll begin again. For you I'll fight, for you I'll learn to be the man you deserve. And as the years unfold, I'll never stray. I'll love you deeper with each passing day. For you've given me a gift so rare, a love that's taught me how to care. I'll be the man you deserve.
Beneath the velvet sky I stood alone. The constellations whispered of a love unknown. They trace a story across the endless night of two wandering souls drawn to the same light. The stars began to shimmer, a cosmic ballet, guiding my heart to where yours would someday stay. Through time and space, their message was clear, a love destined to bloom when you appear. I see our future written in the stars, a love that travels through the galaxies afar. Through every shadow, through every fight, we'll find our way to an eternal light. With your hand in mine, we'll shine so bright, forever written in the stars tonight. I felt the pull of tides that I couldn't see, a force of love that's greater than eternity. Your face appeared in dreams so soft and true, a promise whispered, I'll wait for you. The stars aligned to show me the way, a path that leads to where our hearts will stay. Through lifetimes past and those yet to come, we'll find each other where it all begun. I see our future written in the stars, a love that shadow, through every fight, we'll find our way to an eternal light. With your hand in mine, we'll shine so bright, forever written in the stars tonight. The heavens know the story of our fate. Two hearts as one, no matter how late. Even if the sky should fade to gray, our love will burn, lighting the way. See our future written in the stars, a love that travels through the galaxies afar. Through every shadow, through every fight, we'll find our way to an eternal light. With your hand in mine, we'll shine so bright, forever written in the stars tonight. And when the universe breathes its final sigh, we'll still be together, you and I. An endless love beyond time's design, eternal light with your hand in mine.
Dakota Frandsen and the StarLight Amnesia, our weird love story, is now available on music streaming platforms everywhere.
Shooters were ladies in a trance, can't resist his asteroid dance. Meteor showers lighting up skies, with his charm no surprise. Planets cheer when he arrives, Jovian nights come alive. Solar flares in his control, romance written in black hole. Martian cities light up in glee, skyways open, love is free. Saturn rings a serenade, harmony in the stars display. He's the Intergalactic Gigolo, galaxy-wide he's the show. Spreading love everywhere he goes, stars and laughter in his flow. He's the Intergalactic Gigolo, galaxy-wide he's the show. Spreading love everywhere he goes, stars and laughter in his flow. He's the Intergalactic Gigolo, galaxy-wide he's the show. Spreading love everywhere he goes, stars and laughter in his flow. He's the Intergalactic Gigolo, galaxy-wide he's the show. Spreading love everywhere he goes, stars and laughter in his flow.